He is designing a website. When we arrived at the station, the train had already left. Was he studying for an exam before he got distracted? Have you checked the weather? He left home early because he didn't want to be late. He'll be away all week. The baby cried all night because he was teething. They had their house cleaned by a professional cleaner. He's not wearing glasses. My friend told me, I bought a new laptop yesterday. The book belongs to me. They have been playing chess for hours. I have to cook for my family tonight. The rain, which had been pouring heavily for hours, finally stopped. I'm learning to play the piano. The teacher presented a project to the students in the class. It's starting to rain. I don't play video games. You have to study for the upcoming exam. He wishes he could talk to his deceased loved ones. They will attend a wedding next month. We like to watch movies on Friday nights. The students prepared for the presentation all week. Does he watch football on TV? We went swimming in the lake. The bus arrives in 10 minutes. It often takes a long time to find a parking spot. Sometimes you go for a walk in the mountains. He read that book 3 times. We had the plumber fix the broken sink. It snows a lot in winter. The team worked hard all season and was determined to win the championship. If I had the opportunity, I would volunteer in a developing country. They had already packed their bags before the trip was cancelled. We should always strive for excellence, even if it is challenging. We had been planning the surprise party for weeks before she found out. The woman seen in the red hat is my aunt. They want to learn to play the piano. They enjoy playing video games. He's training for the triathlon. We went to the concert to listen to live music. I wish I could trust myself more. You should have taken a day off from work. I want to learn to play the piano. I got a call from my sister. It values honesty and integrity. They sing a song. The movie will start at 2000. A young man's car crashed into a tree. I found a lost wallet on the street. The snow is melting. I'll meet you at the cafe after work. He dreams of a better future. They will have finished construction by the end of the week. By the time I got to her place, she had already taken a shower. When you come back, the mission will be finished. They lived in the same neighborhood for years before they met each other. If we have time, we can go for a walk. It's getting late. Had they finished all the tasks before the deadline? We should always help those in need, even when it is inconvenient. We lived in that house for 5 years. I am thinking of starting a new diet. We were working tirelessly on the project and it was finally ready for presentation. It could be a job interview tomorrow. I met a famous actor at the event. I can go to the party tonight. He has to find a job to support his family. Although he disagreed with us, he respected our views. They had been discussing politics for hours but could not reach a consensus. He likes to go fishing with his father. We had been waiting at the bus stop for years when the bus finally came. The dog barked all night. By the time I got to her place, she had already taken a shower. The boy looks like his father. The baby is sleeping soundly. The presentation should have worked harder. He is playing with a toy. We will have a party on Saturday. We must always arrive on time for appointments. We were looking forward to going home as we worked at the office all day. He has excellent communication skills. She hopes to become a successful writer one day. The musicians will rehearse for the concert. We are excited to go to the beach this weekend. The flowers were beautifully arranged. We need to find a solution to the problem. The problem discussed in class required extensive research. She hopes to become a successful writer. They have finished the construction of the house. They traveled to many countries. He has already started his new course. Always remembers to lock the door. They can be successful entrepreneurs. He's mopping the floors. The team worked hard all season and was ready for the championship game. When they came to the party, we had been waiting for over an hour. Despite being nervous, she gave a great presentation. John is taller than Mark. He is drawing a picture. While the job is challenging, it offers great opportunities for growth. He may need to buy food on the way home. Friends since childhood. They wish they hadn't spent all their money on useless things. If I had known you were coming, I would have made a cake. The newspaper published an article on the importance of volunteering. They will travel to Asia for their holidays. We cleaned the house all day. They will meet us at the restaurant. They don't smoke. I usually have breakfast at home. You must take your medicine every day. He wrote an informative article about the benefits of meditation. Although it was a difficult decision, I chose to follow my heart. He didn't pay attention to the road, so he had a traffic accident. She hopes to become a successful writer one day. Class starts at 8 a.m. We have to start studying for the exam. He is more responsible than his younger brother. The train will depart at 9 o'clock this evening. He doesn't eat sugar. I cannot attend the meeting. I have a doctor's appointment. It tells a story. I wish I had a better work-life balance. We have lunch around 12 o'clock. He is considering changing his job. They can be successful entrepreneurs. Did they argue before coming to the family reunion? The concert was cancelled due to bad weather conditions. After the performance, they paid a moment of silence. We often go to the beach in the summer. The cat is sleeping peacefully. If you want to pass, you'd better study for the exam. They missed the opportunity, so they later regretted it. This city is bigger than I grew up in. You must wear a seatbelt while driving. Traffic in the city is worse than in the countryside. They discuss the problem. We like to watch movies on Friday nights. The newspaper article deals with the issue of gun control. The rain, which had been pouring incessantly for days, finally stopped. If I had a magic wand, I would grant you 3 wishes. They decided to start a family. We used to play basketball in high school. I am thinking of starting a new blog. They are laughing at a joke. I had known him since high school before I got married. He had his guitar tuned to a musician. I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks. He had his bike repaired at the cyclist. If you mix red and blue you get purple. They will have finished the race by tomorrow night. The team coached by his manager won the match. Will they invite us to their wedding? The company should have offered better benefits. I wish he hadn't missed his flight. I can't come to the party because I have a dentist appointment, she said. We went to a concert to listen to our favorite band. I was cleaning the house while listening to music. They are watching a movie right now. We will have dinner at a fancy restaurant. We should have arrived at the airport earlier. Despite the difficulties, they were determined to succeed. I saw a beautiful rainbow after the rain. We had coffee together after the meeting. He will graduate from college next month. He never goes to bed early. Arrived early for the job interview. By the end of the day, I will have finished studying for the exam. If you don't water the plants, they will die. He did not exercise regularly, so he gained weight. The window opened in the breeze. They look like a famous celebrity. Did you take dance lessons before auditioning for the musical? I wish I had gone to bed earlier last night. He will present at the conference. I'm planning to visit my grandfather next weekend. If you had asked me, I would have helped you. They enjoy listening to music while driving. A young man's car crashed into a tree. Have you seen that movie before? I didn't sleep all night and as a result I felt exhausted the next day. After he finished his homework, he went out to play. He often goes to the gym. Had he studied abroad, he would have learned a new language. The team is working hard for the next match. I plan to take a vacation next month. He has to study for his exams. The movie was worse than I expected. He saved money to buy a new laptop. Students ask questions in class. The cat sleeps lazily. Have you ever tried sushi before going to a Japanese restaurant? If only the rain had stopped, we could go for a walk. Arranging flowers in a vase. Have you seen this movie before it won an award? The final exam will cover all the topics we talked about, the teacher said. We are waiting for the bus. He should have bought the blue shirt instead. Will you come to the concert with us? Did they argue before coming to the family reunion? The team trained intensely and as a result, they won the championship. Does not drink alcohol. I need to pack my suitcase for the trip. He rarely takes a day off from work. They want to buy a new house in the city. They had their children vaccinated at the clinic. He always reads before going to bed. We had been planning the trip for a long time. They had been working on the invention for months and were excited to finally present it. The car parked in the handicapped spot was fine. Did you check your messages? They will have won the championship by the end of the season. We went to a music festival. The doorman cleaned the windows. We usually have a cup of tea in the evening. We are excited to try the new restaurant in town. They practice the dance routine. I've already eaten dinner. If I had the talent to play an instrument, I could join a band. I've already seen the sunset. He usually reads before going to sleep. He had been studying for the English test all night. We will have a party on Saturday. He should have taken a taxi instead of walking. The song was written by a famous songwriter. He would rather drink tea than coffee. I can take a break after I finish my work. They had a gardener mow and fertilize their lawn. They had been searching for their lost dog for weeks and were thrilled when they found it. The museum is open from 10 o'clock to 1800. The concert started at 8 o'clock. They took the short route, so they got to their destination early. They had their cats neutered at the veterinary clinic. He had already left the party when I arrived. They never go to bed late. We wish we had more opportunities for personal growth. See you after lunch. The report has been fixed for errors. Even though the weather was unpredictable, we decided to camp anyway. In the evening the sun went down. He enjoys taking nature photos. He played the guitar at the music festival. They usually go for a walk on the weekends. He rarely drinks coffee. Baby is crying. They always come late to the party. I went to the doctor for a checkup. The party is on the first day of spring. He is repairing the car. We'd better call a taxi or we'll be late. We cleaned the house all day. We are excited to embark on a journey. Problem solved with teamwork. He is playing the guitar. I missed the bus and was late for the meeting as a result. By the time I got to her place, she had already taken a shower. You need to lower your stress level, the doctor said. He loves taking nature photos. The building was destroyed in the earthquake. He is on the phone. Even if it's not perfect, it's still a good solution. We need to exercise regularly for our health. I wish I had a bigger house. We'll meet in the park. They were arguing about the movie they were watching. He practiced playing the piano to improve his skills. The person arrested by the police is the suspect of the robbery. I joined a book club to discuss literature with others. The baby in her arms was her newborn niece. He should have taken better care of his health. I am planning to start a new exercise program. The musicians will travel to different cities for their concerts. They want to buy a house in the countryside. We are planning to ski next winter. We used to go camping every summer. They are attending a concert. We had the plumber replace the broken sink. He needs to take a break and relax. They usually walk to work. She had been dieting for weeks, but she couldn't resist the temptation and ate a piece of cake. Are you taking a shower? Then we go to the mall. I read an interesting article about the benefits of reading. I need to pack my suitcase for the trip. I need to finish writing this report. Did they finish the project before the deadline? Concert tickets are sold out. She will buy a new dress for the party. He wants to learn to play the piano. He studied Spanish for 2 hours yesterday. I joined a book club to discuss literature with others. He lived in London for 3 years. Bought a new phone last week. Party on a hot summer night. I could not manage my time well and as a result I could not finish the project on time. The clock struck midnight and fireworks lit up the sky. The letter was written to my aunt. I read an interesting article about climate change. By the time they're done, we'll already be out of the office. It rains a lot in this area. If they had seen the mark, they would not have been lost. They are studying for the chemistry exam. Had he known the answer, he would have raised his hand. Workers were repairing the old building. He cooked a delicious meal for his family. You'd better take an umbrella. It looks like rain. The sun is shining brightly. Had he been playing video games all day before his mother told him to do his homework? He's training for the triathlon. We joined a fitness club to stay fit. The company had been facing financial difficulties for months before restructuring management. Despite being a small car, the interior is surprisingly spacious. He likes to play football. The window was repaired by a professional. We'd rather eat out than cook tonight. He should have finished his homework by now. They went on a journey to explore different cities. He'll be cooking dinner when he arrives. He studied Spanish for 6 months. They should have cleaned their rooms before leaving. They had watched the movie twice before I watched it. I was learning to play the guitar. When we got to the cinema, the movie had already started. Have you seen this movie before it won an award? The train arrived late this morning. Thank you for feedback. We used to go skiing every winter. He is watching a football match on TV. If I were a writer, I would write best-selling novels. He hates spiders. Member of a book club. He took a photography workshop to hone his skills. He takes pictures of the sunset. I am taking a shower. Despite losing the game, he played extraordinarily well. I had known him since high school before I got married. Next year they will redecorate their house. Can you swim? We should have talked about this in more detail. Don't forget to lock the door on your way out, my mom said. He likes to play the piano to relax. We'd better be careful when crossing the street. The window opened in the breeze. I wrote a detailed report and got promoted as a result. He looks tired. We doubt his intentions. He is juggling balls. My teacher told me, you have to practice more to get better at math. We will have a party on Saturday. We will go hiking in the mountains. The concert lasted until midnight. The clock is ticking slowly. Next year, he will have earned his master's degree. Member of a book club. Repaired the leaky faucet. Although it was far, they decided to walk to the beach. He usually takes a taxi to go to work. The red dress is more elegant than the black one. Despite the difficulties, they never lost their hope. If he doesn't get better, he could lose his job. The letter was sent yesterday. They moved to a new city last year. They do not play musical instruments. He is on the phone. They should wear safety glasses in the lab. He didn't pay attention to the road, so he had a traffic accident. He practiced basketball every day and got into the school team as a result. They believe in ghosts. I wish I had invested in Bitcoin earlier, I would be rich now. I got a letter from my pen pal. She hopes to travel the world one day. This phone is more user-friendly than that. They had their cars washed at the car wash. He likes to take long walks on the beach. He always comes to meetings on time. I saw a rainbow after the storm. Despite the distance, they maintained a strong friendship. Birds are chirping outside. I can't lend you money right now. If they play well, they can win the match. She has been attending yoga classes for a month. She hopes to become a successful writer one day. Can I think a little? If water reaches 100 degrees Celsius, it boils. The baby cried all night, so the parents were tired in the morning. If I had a magic potion, I would use it to bring world peace. He loves watching the sunset on the beach. They decided to start a family. We visited the museum yesterday. He's drawing a picture. When I go to the supermarket, I will buy groceries. The problem was discussed at the meeting. They have been renovating their house for a while. The library opens at 10 a.m. You never listen to me. The students are listening to the teacher. They love to camp in the summer. We go jogging in the morning. I wish I had known about the discount earlier.